So the left side is supposed to set the pace. Right-hand side was not in line where they should have been, so that is why the green light was not flashed. So ignore the fact that the left-hand side at the top-end scoreboard is lit. That is just telling you who arrived first. But again, we did not have a confirmed correct start. So we will reset and try one more time for that pair. That'll bring up our next pair. Car number looks like 115. So Bobby Hoffman will come up here against car number 107, Hector Garcia. As we stay in the sport class, 196.51 is the breakout speed. They need to win, get there first, but be under that speed. And again, left side will set the pace. Right-hand side needs to stay within about a car length. And 65 miles an hour in the speed box. We've got a green light this time, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the finish line. A great side-by-side battle. Win light will shine. Right-hand side as both cars go 185 miles an hour, and Hector Garcia from the number 12 qualifying spot will upset the number 4 qualifier and move on to the semifinals. Watch it one more time on the FloRacing replay. Side by side. Right out of the gate, you see them just glued together. The margin of victory at the finish line was less than 1 car length, and the black GTR on the left side of your screen, right side of the racetrack, Hector Garcia will move on. That should bring up number 84, Cesar Savinon, and number 353, Javier Maldonado next, it looks like. Maldonado in the blue GTR, and Cesar Savinon would be in the green car, waiting on them to get paired up. And it looks like they are getting them in line right now. So the Lamborghini will come up left-hand side, your number 1 qualifier. And Javier Maldonado, who is the number 9 qualifier, so he upset the number 8 qualifier in round number 1 to get here to round 2. So these two will pair up. We got thumbs up, off they go. Cesar will set the pace left side of the green car. Green light is on. Right-hand side got a good jump. Can Cesar hold him off, or will Maldonado get a second upset win? He will. 182. Getting around the quicker 186. Left side of Cesar, so the number 1 car has fallen, and Javier, for the second straight round, has upset a higher qualified ride, and 182.11 will move him into the semifinal round. He will face Hector Garcia in that semifinal round. So it'll be a battle of GTRs in the semis. Getting our next pair ready. Well, looks like we are going to go into Super Sport next. So we will jump around depending on where we are in the standings here. This looks like car number 92 right side. That's Johnny Strings. Johnny should face car number 66, Manny Castales. Manny upset number 2 qualifier, Nicole Vila. And that is correct. Manny's left side will set the pace in the Lambo. And we're not going to get a green light there as right-hand side rocketed around way too early. Left side is supposed to set the pace and stay in front until the green light shines. So that is a foul on the right-hand side as Johnny Strings tried to get the jump and ended up leaving too soon. So we will bring them back around and try again. And we will bring up our next pair. Looks like we will stay in the sport class. This should be Miles Curr against car number 75, Cameron Fischer. Miles, who got his way into the field on his last blast in the Acura Integra, qualified in the number 11 spot. He faces the tall task of the Mustang of Cameron Fischer, who qualified number 3 at 198. So Miles is qualified at 195. So even though there are 8 qualifying spots between them, they qualified just 3 miles an hour difference. The breakout speed here in Super Sport is 204.21. As it looks like the Mustang will take the right side. That'll put Miles Curr the left side. So Miles in the Acura will set the pace. Last year, Miles going over 200 miles an hour for the first time right here at TX2K. Also running his first 7.5 second time. We will see him in the drag racing segment as well tomorrow, as he is qualified in that too. Here we go. The ETS car left side of Miles. The Mustang right side. Green light is on, and the Mustang gets the jump. Miles is going to have to work really hard to get there, but will not do it. 200.77 miles an hour for Cameron Fischer. Just too much to tame for Miles, who got a late start and goes 183. So Cameron Fischer in the Mustang at 200.77 will move on to the semis. Your number 3 qualifier, qualified at 198, turns up the wick a little bit and goes 200.77 in the Toyota lane. So that'll leave 1 pair remaining, I believe, in the sport class. Excuse me, no, 2 pairs will be remaining in sport class that we have yet to run. And I don't believe we have run anybody yet in Unlimited. No, we have not. We do have a pair to come back in Super Sport and 2 pairs that have yet to run in Super Sport. Here comes our next pair pulling around the water. So looking at what we have on the screen right now, looks like car number 72 I see. So we're going to go into Unlimited, ladies and gentlemen. Our first dive into that class, car number 12 and car number 72. So this should be Juan Fernandez and Curtis Adams. Green light is on. Juan Fernandez left side in the white car. Curtis giving chase in the blue car. The higher qualified car is number 72, right side, but it looks like left side is going to get the win mark here. So Juan Fernandez, number 11 qualifier, lays down a 204.69, got the jump, and Juan will get the win, although the opposite side going 214.98. So Curtis laying down his best speed of the day, but in a losing effort as left side gets there first by 0.04 of a second, about half a car length. Watch it again on the Flow Instant Replay. You see the GTR out there in front. The R8 is trying to close that gap and just can't do it. The big speed at the top end, they were almost even as they crossed the finish line, as he was carrying about 10 miles an hour or more, but just ran out of racetrack. So looks like we will switch classes again. We will go into sport here. Two pairs done in sport. This will be our third one. It looks like we have Elvis Guzman coming up here against Kenny Tran. Kenny will be left-hand side in the Lamborghini. Right-hand side Elvis Guzman in the GTR. And we have a green, so we have set the pace correctly. Kenny left side, the lower qualified car. Elvis number 2. And the number 10 car will get the win mark here. 187 left side, taking out 162 of Elvis Guzman in the GTR out of New York. Will pack it up, and Kenny Tran, a well-known name out of Texas, will move on. Kenny nearly duplicating his first round time, 187.84. He goes 187.81 here. Watch it one more time on the Flow Racing Replay. You see that he got a nice jump there. The GTR was right alongside of him and then just came up a little bit short at the end. He was on the brakes, probably worried that he might be going too quick for the breakout speed of 196.51, and Elvis let Kenny Tran just slip back around him by just the smallest of margins. 43 thousandths of a second was the difference. Once again, my final call for round two. Final call round two. I will take you if you're not in the lanes yet. Final call round two. Okay, so I have a Ford Super Duty. Attention fans and drivers, I have a Ford Super Duty with Ontario, Canada plates. Looks like B as in boy, E as in Edward, 38624. You are parked in a racer pit spot. Again, B as in boy, E as in Edward, 38624. Actually, they're blocking the walkway. They do not move it. We'll send the flatbed. We'll move it for you. It may end up in a different place, so you can't find it. It would behoove you to move it. Wasn't going for the rhyme there, but behoove to move. Get it out of the way so we can continue to use the walkway. Our next pair are getting staged up. I do not know what class or numbers, but it looks like they are either doing burnouts or getting ready. Waiting on the screen to come up, let me know what we have. We have already laid down several pairs. Once again, I have put my final call out. Final call has gone out for round number two. Final call, round number two. I will take you now. Final call, round number two. I will take you now. So it looks like it will be a GTR versus Supra battle here. I believe this should be Oscar Morales against Ahad Amirzadah. And it is. The right-hand drive. Supra of Ahad will be right-hand side. You're watching it right now on the Flow Sports replay. Beautiful version of a Supra with the parachute on the back, and you also see the gold wheel, blue GTR. So Oscar will set the pace left side. Will we get a green? Not this time. They stayed together, so I wonder if the speed trap might have gotten both of them. Because they stayed close enough together from my vantage point to look like they might be okay. I just did not get a speed reading. So Oscar laying down a 2:01.14 lap as they both stayed in the throttle for a good amount. Oscar went 2:02.64 on his first round victory, qualified with a 2:05. So the GTR staying in that double-digit category for 200. We will bring them back. I believe the problem there was both of them ended the speed trap a little too quick. I believe that was the reason. Have not got confirmation on it yet, but we'll bring up our next pair. Should be Ryan Daka against Mark James. We're on hold right now, just waiting on the official call. All right, folks, while we continue to make sure everything is clear, it looks like we're checking the top end. Probably once again making sure debris is completely removed. As we have had some blow around here with all the winds that we've had here this last couple days. We're just waiting on the all clear for the top end. As soon as we get it, we'll go back underway. Let me take this opportunity to say thanks to some of our sponsors as we wait. AIM Performance, Terry Day Racing, Brian Crowder, that's hashtag RunBC. Turbo Smart, Charbonnet Performance, Lethal Performance of Texas Weld Racing, Nth Moto, JE Pistons, Datsun Performance, Vibrant Performance, Motec Euroworks, Fuel One, Grade A Garage, Contingent Athletics, Red Eye Race Cars, Nitrous Outlet, who is also doing nitrous fills on property, VP Racing Fuels, Alpine Survival, A9 Performance, Forge Star, FSP Performance, Dart Machinery, Applied Torque Solutions, ECU Master, Bailey's High Performance, Brooklyn Motorsports, Carbon Kings. Thank you so much to all of our gold sponsors for being part of TX2K. As I mentioned, Ryan Daka and Mark James in the Unlimited class waiting their turns. That will be a R8 versus a Lamborghini in our next matchup. It looks like, I believe Daka, your number 7 qualifier, will be right side, and Mark James, your number 2 qualifier, will be left side. The difference between the two in qualifying, Mark James went 2:14 in the Lamborghini left side. Ryan Daka, right side, went 2:06. Both of them got round one easy victories when their opponents were no-shows. So we have yet to see what the true potential of both of these cars are. Now keep in mind, we're in Unlimited, so there is a breakout speed of 219.82. All right, folks, we appreciate your patience. We apologize for the little bit of downtime here. Looks like we're just about ready to go back to action. And we got the signal, so here we go. They're going to give thumbs up. And our number 2 and number 7 qualifiers will rocket towards the speed box. Once again, left side Mark James, right side Ryan Daka. They are playing by the rules so far. We'll give them a green. Mark James, number 2 qualifier of the Lamborghini. Daka trying to give him some competition. And will thumb up short, but both cars going 210 miles an hour. 210.20 for Mark James gets the win in the Huracan. 210.38 for Ryan Daka in the R8. And that is Ryan's best run of the week here at TX2K.
And by the way, that's what a fair, perfect start looks like. No one's playing games. It's paired up evenly, side by side. Nice start, great race. Well done, racers.
And to just add on to what Peter said, again, both of them were really mindful of the other driver. It was very close to side by side as they entered the speed trap. They both kept them under control, and at the green light flash, Both cars left very close to each other. It was probably one of the best races we've seen so far today, matching 210-mile-an-hour blasts. Here comes our next pair, car number 31, Carlos Corvia, and car number 96, Jeremy Friedman. Green light is on. Friedman left side, Corvia right side. Win light will come on right side for Carlos Corvia, 189.98 for him. Looking to make sure that we are all copacetic on that. As we made the move into the sport class, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, was trying to keep that handled. So that was our final pair of round number 2 for sports. So Carlos, your number 6 qualifier, will move on. You see the replay on the FloRacing feed. And so Carlos will stamp his ticket to the semifinals. His reward, he gets to face Kenny Tran in the semifinals of sport. The opposite side of the ladder will feature our upset-minded Javier Maldonado against Hector Garcia, number 12. So, ladies and gentlemen, round number 3 of sport, it will feature all underdogs, as 3 cars coming from the bottom side of the ladder and 1 upset from the 6th qualifier. We'll move into our next matchup. Manny Castales, Johnny Strings coming back. Manny Castales and Johnny Strings going at it here. This is their rematch, and we still see no green light. So the first time Johnny Strings, who is driving the GTR, was in the right lane and he left too soon. He got ahead of the pace car. That was why we got no green the first time. I have not heard why no green this time, but we still did not flick it. So that will mean we have at least 2 pairs left in Super Sport to run and 2 pairs in Unlimited to run remaining. And it looks like we are going to jump into Unlimited here, I think. Nope, we're going to stay in Super Sport. So now I'm getting it up on my screen. So car number 128, that's Tony Genevies, will face off against car number 150. That's Wesley Sham. Wesley in the silver GTR, pulling the ultimate upset from the number 16 spot. He knocked off Mo Anberry in round number 1 with a 202-mile-an-hour blast. He will run number 8 qualifier, Tony here. So Wesley is left side. He will set the pace. Tony will come up right side. And this one looks like one of 2 things. Either left side was too quick entering the speed trap, or right-hand side did not keep pace. They were separated by a little more than a car length as they got into the beginning of the speed box, and we saw Wesley hit the gas, and Tony did not keep up with him. So it's one of 2 things. Either Wesley left too soon and did not stay in the 65-mile-an-hour range, or Tony did not stay close enough. So we will bring them back. Again, as Peter alluded to a little while ago, we have times where competitors stay very close to each other, and then we have times where they do not. That was a definite one where they did not. So Wesley and Tony will come back. So once again, we are still missing our competitors for round 2. We are still missing some competitors for round 2. We do not want to send a single, but we will do so based on the amount of time we have been waiting if you do not come back. I believe that this is going to be a single here. Yes, it is. Now, this is a single not because we did not have anybody show up. I will talk about it here in a minute. The Viper going down left side goes 209.79. Very solid tune-up run right there for Felipe Armentia. So the reason that Felipe had a single there was Felipe got a round one victory over a no-showing Jordan Cantor. The opposite side of the ladder for who should have determined an opponent for Felipe would have been Mark Blackwell and Zach Westrom. Neither one of them showed for round number one, so by default that means we have a blank on the ladder. That means that car number 153, Felipe gets a single, and he tunes up for round number 3 with a 209-mile-an-hour blast. So now we will have to wait and see who his opponent will be. We're going to wait for Ahad and Oscar to come back, and that will provide the rematch opponent, or the match opponent for Felipe. The opposite side of Unlimited is complete for round number 2. I believe we are getting our next run lined up. Once again, if you're in round 2 and you are not back in the lanes, I need you. If you are a round 1 winner and you have not won your round 2 matchup, I need you back. Should be Jonathan Clavajo and Jordan Jackson next. And it looks like we may only have one. So Jonathan will get a single. He's going to save the parts and pieces in the Weston, Florida-based R8. Car number 27 will roll through at 103 miles an hour, but that's good enough to get Jonathan Clavajo on to the semifinals. So now we are waiting for, I believe, our second rematch, third matchup between Manny Castales and Johnny Strings. We also need a rematch between Wesley Sham and Tony Genevies for the Super Sport class to be complete. I believe that Sport class is done. Yes, we have all 4 winners in Sport. At this time, I will take Elite. Elite, I will take you back for round number 2 of you, round 3 of the opposite cars, so the semifinals with 4 cars remaining. I'll take Elite back to lane number 6, please. Elite, lane number 6, please. And in Unlimited, I have 1 rematch. So right now, I am waiting on 3 rematches, ladies and gentlemen, to put a nice little bow on round number 2. And I will call round 2 winners. Back to the lanes, please. Round 2 winners. Back to the lanes. That'll include Elite 8, lane number 6. Elite 8, round number 6. For round 2 of you, take you to lane 6, please. I will take round 2 winners in Unlimited to lane number 7, but please stay towards the rear of the lanes to be paired up. Round number 2 winners for round 3 in Super Sport, I'll take you to lane number 8, but again, please stay towards the rear of the lanes. And round 2 winners for round number 3 of Sport, I will take you back to lane number 9. Also, please stay towards the back. Once again, for all of you that are joining us here at Texas Motorplex for TX2K 2025, thank you so much for coming out to be part of it. We do appreciate it. Again, if all of you would like to watch the replay action, as well as all the different camera angles, make sure you go and check out FloRacing. That's FLORacing.com for their coverage of the Summit Racing Equipment TX2K25, brought to us by Summit Racing Equipment. We appreciate our friends over there coming out to support us. Racers, if you find yourself in need, keep in mind Summit has a location here in Texas less than an hour away, and Tommy has said they will do overnight parts runs if necessary. So if you're down and out, you need some spares or whatever the reasoning is, they will gladly go to their store and grab it for you. So go and visit our friends at Summit. So we have 3 rematches coming, and that'll wrap up round number 2 of Sport, Super Sport, and Unlimited. In the live look in on FloRacing, you see the front of the staging lanes with all the cars and the drivers getting ready. See a mix of the Texas Motorplex crew, great crew here at Ennis, Texas. This track been around since 1986. For those of you that don't know, this is the first all-concrete quarter-mile purpose-built for drag racing. Before this time, if you had an all-concrete surface, the only way you would do so is an ex-airstrip. And the bad part about that is they used expansion joints, and those beat drivers to death, basically. So you see there on the FloRacing screen some of the details about Ennis, Texas. This is his own Texas Motorplex, 535 feet of elevation, so not too bad as far as above sea level. An all-concrete quarter-mile built with what they call post-tension. That was how they built this originally. And it immediately made a difference on the NHRA circuit as both Top Fuel and Funny Car laid down better ETs and higher speeds than they had ever before, even in pretty warm conditions when they ran here during the late summer of 1986. All right, so here comes one of our rematches. I believe we will go into, looks like the Super Sport category, I believe. Once again, if you got a round 2 victory, I need you back to the lanes, please. If you're a round 2 winner, I need you back to the lanes. Elite 8, lane number 6. Elite 8, lane number 6 for round 2. I need unlimited. Unlimited back to lane 7. Super Sport back to lane 8. Sport back to lane 9. Here comes Manny Castales and Johnny Strings. This is their third shot. Can we get a green this time? We will. Manny Castales, the underdog, left side. Johnny Strings trying to get there and will not do it. 198.40 for Manny Castales. Your number 15 qualifier will survive with his second 190-mile-an-hour blast to move the Evo to the next round. Watch it one more time on FloRacing. Right side, Johnny Strings laid down a pretty sizable 197, but you see that Manny got the jump when the green light went on, and the Lamborghini would stretch the lead, and the GTR could do nothing but just watch him pull away. So Manny, out of Florida, will move to the semifinals and sends Johnny Strings back to New York early. So that leaves us with one more rematch in Super Sport, and we will bring it up right here. Tony Genevies and Wesley Sham. That'll leave us with one rematch in Unlimited to run yet. And we will see them next. So right now, your number 16 qualifier, Wesley Sham in the GTR left side. And Tony Genevies in the, I believe it's a white R8. Yep. Out of the AIM camp. We'll stage up right side. So Tony is your number 8 qualifier. Wesley is your number 16 qualifier. If the ladder fell the way it should, it would be number 1 versus number 8, but Wesley got the upset. He went 202.94 in the first round, and Tony went 196. So on paper, Wesley does have a little bit of an advantage here. So left side needs to keep the pace. Left side sets the pace. Tony jumped the pace on the first run. See if we can keep them in line here. So what happens, ladies and gentlemen, as Peter alluded to, so what we do is we get the cars into the speed box where the cones are. Two things to keep in mind. One, you need to stay within a 65-mile-an-hour target. We verify that with a speed gun. Two, the left lane sets the pace. The right side needs to keep up. If the right lane does not keep up or jumps, we don't give you a green light. If the left side is above the speed we need, we do not get a green light. We'll see how they do this time. They are right together. Now, can they stay in the speed? We'll get the green. Here we go. Left side, Wesley Sham. Tony tries to get around him. It's going to be close, but left side will hold him off. Look at the speed for Tony. 212 miles an hour, but still didn't get there. He was late leaving off the speed box, and left side Wesley Sham makes him pay for it. So Wesley, 184.31, and gets the win by a tiny little bit. And it wouldn't have mattered if Tony would have got there first. 212 miles an hour would have been an instant disqualification. You are not allowed to go quicker than 204.21 miles an hour, and Tony had the wick turned up real hot. Watch it one more time on the Flow replay. You'll see right side of your screen move first. So the GTR is out in front. Now here comes the R8 with that big blast at the top end. Almost makes it a photo finish, but as I mentioned, Tony went way too quick, so even if he would have got there first, he wouldn't have gotten the win light because he went too quick. So that'll wrap up Super Sport. Now to go to our Unlimited class with our final pairing, as we will rematch Ahad Amirzadah and Oscar Morales. After being told that Ahad has not returned. So after giving him as much time as we could, it looks like, yes, Oscar Morales, your number 9 qualifier in the GTR, will get an opponent no-show single. And he will save the abuse on the 200 mile.
He's going to take the bye run.
And he will move to the next round of Unlimited. So ladies and gentlemen, that'll wrap up round number 2. It leaves us with 4 cars remaining in each class. So we're down to the semi-final round. And I need all combatants for round 3 back. I need Elite 8 to staging lane 6, please. Elite 8, staging lane 6, please. I need Unlimited to lane number 7, please. Unlimited lane 7. Super Sport lane 8. Super supposed to close at 2 o'clock, but they are going to go ahead and keep it open a little bit longer until at least 3. So tech inspection is open. If you have not been through tech, you need to do that immediately because tech will close this afternoon and that will be the last time tech is open. So if you are still trying to qualify / compete in the drag race segment, we need you to go through tech inspection as soon as possible. So if you are a late arrival, if you're just getting here either yesterday or today and you haven't been through tech yet, please go and visit tech inspection right now. Stop what you're doing and go through tech inspection. Make sure you take all your safety gear with you. Tech is located behind the final section of the main section of grandstands on the left side. Go past the concession area and where our manufacturer's midway is, and you will see 3 white tents all together with orange cones leading 2 lines into it. That is where tech inspection is located. They will get you taken care of. Please do not waste your time. Please make sure you go over and get through tech inspection right now so that way we can have you compete with us tomorrow here at Texas 2K 2025.
And media, listen up, media. Do not sit on the walls, ever. Even when we're at a break. Get off the wall, dude. Get off the wall, media. Off the wall. Don't sit on the wall. Thank you so much. Ever. Don't ever sit on the wall. Even if we have equipment or doing nothing. No sitting on the wall.
Once again, I'm looking for my semi-finalists in all 4 classes, please. Semi-finalists in all 4 classes. Elite 8, Unlimited, Super Sport, and Sport. I need you back to the lanes, please. I've got about half of you so far. I'd like the other half. Please come back to the lanes. Once again, Elite 8, Lane 6, Elite 8, Lane 6, Unlimited, Lane 7, Unlimited, Lane number 7, please. Super Sport, Lane number 8, Super Sport, Lane number 8, Sport, Lane 9, Sport, Lane 9.
And my guess is we will be drag racing somewhere around 3 o'clock. We're gonna finish the 6th, that's right, the 6th round of qualifying. I believe it's DCT and streetcar. And then we're gonna start round 7 and see how far we get. So racers, drivers, tell your friends, tell your family, we should be drag racing by 3-ish. And we're now gonna start the semifinals with the Elite 8, the fastest cars on the property. Then we're gonna run all the other semifinals. Then we're gonna bring the winners of the semifinals right back to the lanes to run their final round. And we're gonna run Elite 8 finals last. So Elite 8 semis first, Elite 8 finals last.
Attention in the pits, attention in the pits. Once again, I need my semifinalists for all four. All right, attention in the pits, attention in the pits. I am missing 3 cars for the semifinals. Missing 3 cars for the semifinals. I need you now, and it looks like we're just about ready to get our semifinals started. So folks, if you're not in the grandstand or along the fence line, you might want to head back there right now. It looks like we have already got 1 car staged up, ready to go for the elite class, and that would be Mr. Kevin Howeth, who went 235 in testing, qualified at 225, and then went 235 again, 235.11 to be exact, taking a round 1 victory. And they'll match him up here with Christine Dodworth in the semifinals, as you see on the FloRacing feed. Number 1, KC Howeth, who qualified at 235 and then unleashed an absolutely blistering 243 miles an hour in round number 1, will face off with Tag Marlow. Tag went 224 in round number 1. Think about that for 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. You come into the semifinal round with a 224 mile an hour blast and you are outgunned by 19 miles an hour. On the opposite pair, you come in with a 206 and you're outgunned by 29 miles of an hour. So Elite 8 semifinals getting ready to come up here. Christine Dodworth and Kevin Howell are on their way. Christine left side, Kevin right side. And the slingshot engagement on the right-hand side for Kevin. And Kevin out the back door, how about 247? Wait, it's corrected itself, 246.62. That is another brand new TX2K record. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin has reset the record as Kevin Howeth went 235 round 1, now 246.62.
You can tell something was messed up with Christine's car.
And it looks like Christine having problems, pulled over to the side down there at the first gate. Watch it one more time on the instant replay. You see Christine's car making the move. The front end came up and then immediately came back down. And that was all Kevin needed and completely just checked out. The fastest speed ever in TX2K history. We set it round number 1 with KC Howeth at 243.22. Now Kevin ups the game by over 3 miles an hour to 246.62. Just absolutely insane so far. Look at it one more time from the top end. The left side of your screen, you see a little bit of smoke as he gets out of the gas, but again, stopping that car with no shoot and still on the Toyota scoreboard. 246.62. Ladies and gentlemen, just to give you some idea of how much that has advanced. Last year, the fastest speed that we had in all of qualifying and eliminations was 229. That has been eclipsed by 3 separate competitors. So now we know that Kevin Howeth has made his way to the final, your number 2 qualifier. Will number 1, KC Howeth, join him? You know, ladies and gentlemen, it does bear just how important and how much this moment means. As Fred from 1320 Video, it's his birthday and he's taking time away from his birthday celebration to come and watch. And we will get a single. Wow, not what I expected to see here. KC Howeth was due to face Tag Marlow, and Tag is a no-show. So the man who qualified number 1 at 235 went 243 to win round number 1. Will just easily coast into the final at a 64-mile-an-hour clip. So it'll be an all Howeth final, an all Lamborghini final, as KC Howeth, your number 1 qualifier, will race Kevin Howeth, your number 2 qualifier. An all Lamborghini battle in the final of Elite 8 here at TX2K 2025, brought to us by Summit Racing Equipment. Just insane that we would have a single and Tag would not be able to make the call. So that will set up the final for Elite 8. We will see them back shortly. We will now move into our other 3 categories. And once again, I do believe we may still be missing a competitor or 2. We need you back, please. So it looks like we are going to go into trying to figure out what class we're moving into first. It looks like we're going into sport. Thank you, Shell. And we don't get a green light on this first one. It looks like right-hand side did not keep up. With Kenny Tran. So Kenny was left-hand side and needed to, and was setting the pace. Carlos Corvia, right-hand side in the R8, was not keeping up with him, so we call that one a no good race. The green did not get thrown, so we will bring them back again. All right, so it looks like we will change classes one more time. We're going to go into the unlimited class. Thank you so much to Michelle and Nichelle up here in the tower for keeping us informed as we keep jumping around. That'll bring up Mark James, your number 2 qualifier in Unlimited, against Juan Fernandez, your number 11 qualifier in Unlimited. So breakout here is 2:19.82. James is left side, actually right side, Juan Fernandez left side. No green. I have to wonder if left side might have been going a little too quick. Right side was reasonably close. That could have been either right side not staying with them or left side was accelerating beyond the 65-mile-an-hour threshold. So we will bring those two back. So far we have had 2 no green lights so far, 1 in Sport, 1 in Unlimited. We are waiting on our next pair to come together. All right, so we are moving into Super Sport as we do another class change here. This should be Cameron Fischer in the Mustang, lined up with Manny Castales. I believe Manny is driving the Lamborghini. If that is correct, Manny. So Manny Castales, your number 15 qualifier. Cameron Fischer, your number 2 qualifier, excuse me, number 3 qualifier, as they will match up. Once again, if you are a part of a rerun, I need you back to the lanes immediately. Please come straight back. If you are part of a rerun, I need you back to the lanes immediately. So Manny Castales left side. Cameron Fischer right side. Now Cameron had the lane choice. He picked the right lane. So that gives Manny the chance to set the pace. And we did not get a green. Now the 2 cars were relatively close together. So that one makes me think that it was because we had... Looks like we had a little bit of excess speed there.
Come on, drivers, pair up so we can get done with roll racing and get into drag racing. We're going to finish round 6 of drag race qualifying with DCT and streetcar class. Then we're going to run into round 7. I mean, this may be a record. You may have come to an event where you'll have 9 rounds of qualifying by the time we're done, God willing.
All right, attention in the pits, attention in the pits. Car number 353, Javier Maldonado in Sport. Car number 353, Javier Maldonado in Sport. You are my lone car that is missing. I need you in the next 2 minutes. If you do not report to the lanes, we will send your opponent on an opponent no-show single to the finals. Javier Maldonado, car number 353. I need you to the lanes immediately. All right, so we return back to Unlimited. This is our rerun here. I believe. Hang on, let me look.
Yes. Yes.
What I am seeing on the stream is car number 4 and car number 12, it looks like. But actually, it looks like we're going to move somebody else up here. Yep, that looks like Kenny Tran. So actually, we will go into sport here. This is a rerun. Kenny Tran versus Carlos Corvia. Carlos did not keep up on the last hit, so we will give him instructions. Make sure he knows to keep the pace of the left-hand side. As soon as we get the all clear for the top end, we will send them. So this is for a spot to the final. Here we go. Kenny Tran left side, Carlos Corvia right-hand side, the Lambo left side, the R8 right side. The green light is on. Right side got the jump. Now, can he stay under 196.51? And he will. He knows that he has enough of a lead to clamp the brakes. And Carlos got the jump exactly when he needed to when the green light flashed. And your number 6 qualifier will get the win, and he will move to the final. Watch it one more time on the replay. So left side of the racetrack, right side of your screen sets the pace, and you see that he started to get into the gas, and then the car's nose immediately drops, and Carlos takes advantage and rockets the red R8 all the way down to the finish line to take the win, and he will move to the sport round final. I believe that will move us back to unlimited. If we can get the opponent, as Juan Fernandez waiting patiently, should be up against Mark James. Waiting to see if Mark answers the call. As the GTR waiting. And it looks like we will get Mark James. They will keep their lanes. Doing a little air pressure check on the FloRacing feed. So this will be their first rematch. Both drivers will get some instructions, and then we will send them on their way here in Unlimited. Again, 219.82 is the breakout speed here. And off they go. Left side sets the pace. Right side stays with him. Green light is on. Juan Fernandez left side. Mark James right side. One of them gets to go to the final. Who will it be? It'll be right-hand side. Right-hand side. 206.96 for Mark James. Juan Fernandez 210.39. The margin of victory, just 0.04 of a second. They were side by side right to the finish line.
And drivers, if you would actually do that every single race, we'd be drag racing by now. It's not that hard. Left lane sets the pace, right lane keeps up. Be next to each other.
Watch it on the replay. You'll see Juan Fernandez on the right side of your screen, Mark James left side. Fernandez gets a good jump. You see Mark James comes around him right at the very end and nips him by just 0.04 of a second. That's about 1/4 of a car length at those speeds. And the Lamborghini will move to the final. That will bring up our next pair. I believe we will jump into Super Sport here. This should be Wesley Sham against Jonathan Clavajo. Clavajo in the yellow R8, based out of Florida. Wesley Sham in the silver GTR, left side of the racetrack, the giant killer. The number 16 qualifier has made his way all the way to the semis. He's got himself a tough opponent right here. Jonathan, no slouch, a longtime TX2K supporter. We have the green. Both drivers down on the loud pedal. Who gets to go to the final? Jonathan out in front. And he will get there, 202.41 for Clavajo. Turns on the win light, 2:03.25 for Wesley Sham. A valiant effort for the number 16 qualifier, but it is not to be. Number 12 qualifier, Jonathan Clavajo, will go to the final. And both drivers kept it under the threshold of 2:04.21 very well. So the Super Sport class is now got one finalist in it, and it looks like we're going to try to stage up the other one, as I do see Cameron Fischer's Mustang. We have our Elite 8 final set. So Cameron Fischer in the Mustang doing the burnout. He is due to face Manny Castales right here. Manny in the Lamborghini will take the left-hand side. Cameron will take right-hand side. This is for a chance to go to the final in Super Sport. They will make sure both drivers have the safety gear intact. Make sure that both drivers are good and ready. They'll give them thumbs up and send them on their way. Top end is ready. The tower ready. Both drivers get the thumbs up and off they go. So Manny Castales left side will set the pace. Cameron Fischer will give chase. Wait for the green light. And there it is. Lambo on his way. Mustang trying to chew away at that lead. And the left side will get there first. 199.52 for Manny Castales. You see a lot of smoke from the brakes as Cameron Fischer went 2:02 to try to catch him, but could not get there. Margin of victory about a car length. So Manny Castales, your number 15 qualifier, will go to the final, and it will be Manny against Jonathan in your final round of Super Sport. So that sets our final in Super Sport. That means Unlimited and Sport remain. This should be one of our semis in Unlimited, as I see car number 153. That is Felipe Armentia. Should be facing Oscar Morales, car number 85. That is the GTR. So Felipe, your number 12 qualifier, and Oscar Morales, your number 9 qualifier. So once again, we have two drivers that have made their way from the bottom side of the ladder here to the semifinals. So we have one half of our finals set up for Unlimited. Now our second one. Waiting at the ready. We have one car at the line. We are waiting on the other one. Looks like they are trying to determine if we're going to have a single or Oscar is going to make the call. And it looks like we may have a single here for Felipe. And we will. So Felipe in the Viper will make a pull here. And lays himself down 216.42 miles an hour. Where did that come from? Felipe qualified at 204 and lays himself down at 216.42. And that is actually inside the window, as 219 was the breakout. So Felipe will go to the final. Watch it one more time on the FloRacing replay. You see the left side of your screen making a very stout run indeed. And although some could say it could be a very easy way to make your way to the final, as Felipe somehow, by the grace of the good Lord above, got 3 no-shows I think that might be the first time ever in Texas 2K history that we have ever had 3 no-shows to get a driver to the final. Peter might be able to confirm that for me. I'll have to wait. Oh, he just radioed me.
Unleash your engine with Adrenaline Racing Oils, 100% PAO-based oil. The Adrenaline R Series is designed to unlock extra horsepower. Free up your engine to perform its best. Top-performing oils with FR3 nanocarbon technology. The same friction reducer used by top racers. Designed for any engine. Lab-formulated, dyno-tested, track-proven. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
Winning doesn't just happen. You have to engineer it. You have to test it and make it better than it was the last time. Our engineers have the passion to create the parts you need, the way you need them to be, again and again and again. We've led this game for over 40 years, and we design, refine, and perfect every valve-train part worthy of the winner's circle.
We drive performance. We drive passion, a background in drag racing, and a future in all forms of motorsports. Because success in one sport isn't enough. Pushing ourselves to be the best. Climbing every mountain. Topping every peak. Until you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
Unleash your engine with Adrenaline Racing Oils, 100% PAO-based oil. The Adrenaline R Series is designed to unlock extra horsepower. Free up your engine to perform its best. Top-performing oils with FR3 nanocarbon technology. The same friction reducer used by top racers. Designed for any engine. Lab-formulated, dyno-tested, track-proven. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
We will go back into drag racing, and we will pick up where we left off yesterday in the rotation on run number 6. So that would mean DCT would come up first, followed by exhibition, and then the streetcar classes, and then we will reset and go into qualifier number 7, beginning with heavyweight.
All right, so car is in the short chute ready. We said you can go ahead and go because we've been calling car 353 Javier Maldonado to the lane so that they can make a pass, and the guy's sitting here like a gentleman and said, look, I'll wait a few more minutes for Javier to get here. So Javier, we're waiting on you, man. T-minus 3 minutes, then we're going to send a solo so we can get on with the finals. But your opponent's a gentleman. He could have gone. He's decided to wait for you. 3 minutes, Javier. Come on, man. Then we're going to get into finals and then tear all the road race stuff out of here, be done with road racing, and get right into drag racing. We will for sure finish round 6 and try to get a full round 7 in tonight.
So as Peter just mentioned, the competitor for Javier Maldonado, giving him some extra time to try to get up here, and then as an extreme show of sportsmanship. So Hector Garcia waiting a few extra ticks as long as possible. So once again, Javier Maldonado, car number 353, you are officially on the clock. We would like to send a pair instead of a single, so we need you. Again, speaking of needing, we need all final round combatants back to the lanes, please. All finalists back to the lanes, please. Drag racers, as I said, we will go into drag racing as soon as we are done with roll racing. Drag racers, we will go back into drag racing, qualifier number 6, as soon as we are done with roll racing. We will need some time to touch up the racetrack, but we will start with DCT, followed by exhibition, then streetcar class. Soon as those 3 are completed, then we will get into qualifier number 7.
All right, drag racers, listen up. Once we start the drag racing, we are going to move 2JZ versus the world to the very end of the run order, so they get the coolest air, the stickiest track. And we're going to do that because, as many of you saw last night, if you stuck around, that a car also known as White Rice, yes, that is the name of the car. I'm not trying to be cute. White Rice ran a 6.200 at near 230 miles an hour, reset the import radial world record. So we want to give them another opportunity, along with all the 2JZ versus the world participants, to go low sixes. Be cool to see a 610 or an 09. It'd be really cool to see a 599, but if there's any cars on the property that could do it, it's them. And right before 2JZ, we're going to have stick shift. So we've got several stick shift 6-second cars. I think right now in the number 1 spot, we've got Jonathan Atkins. I think he may have run a 6.7 off memory. He was our champ last year. And in the second spot, number 2 spot right now, is Nick Coleman, who ran like a 6.8. He was the runner-up last year. So it'll be good racing. Stick around for the day to see some cool drag racing action. And I think you've waited long enough, brother. Let's go ahead and send you as a solo. People want to see some cars, not a empty track. Get this guy down the track. All of our finals brackets are up. All finalists get to the staging lanes. All finalists of the roll race to the staging lanes.
Peter, it's as if FloRacing was hearing all the stuff you were talking about with 2JZ as they just replayed that record run from last night when Eric ran that 6.200 at over 230 miles an hour. That is a brand new import world record for radials, and it is only 0.04 of a second in the 8th mile off what he ran for the X275 record. And as you see the single going down the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen, that will officially mark the end of the unlimited semifinals, as we gave car number 353 an amount of time to come up in the sports semi, and unfortunately, that 3-minute clock that was given by his opponent when we told him he was good to go, Hector Garcia said, let me give him a little bit more time, and Javier Maldonado could not make the call, so Hector Garcia gets the single. He will go to the final in sport. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, as we get our finalists back for roll racing, you should have some time to go and visit the concession stand. Go and visit all of our great sponsors and performance retailers that are here as part of TX2K 2025, brought to us by Summit Racing Equipment. Obviously, it would be great to go over and see our friends at Summit in their rig with the blue awning. It's right behind the main section of Grandstand. They do have, for the first time ever, TX2K 2025 merchandise. They have hats, T-shirts, and to try to help keep the debris off the racetrack with all the wind we have here, and please deposit your trash accordingly.
All right. All right, guys. All right, everybody, listen up. Hector Garcia, car 107. Hector Garcia, you're the only one missing. Get to the staging lanes. We're going to start the finals and then start drag racing. Hector Garcia, car 107.
So once again, as Peter just mentioned, we are going to go into finals here shortly. We are missing car number 107, he said. That's Hector Garcia for our sport class. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting there. We are only missing one car for finals. And actually, our last car has just rolled in. So if you are not in the grandstands, ladies and gentlemen, you will want to get there or find yourselves a good spot on the fence, because our finals for roll racing, the culmination of 2 long days between Wednesday and today, to get us to this point, a lot of very good laps to get us here. It has been absolutely insane when you consider the fact that some of the stuff is going exactly as it should on paper. Now, I've stated numerous times, for those of you that have never heard me before, this is only my second TX2K event to announce, but there's a lot of people that will say we don't race on paper, meaning your number one qualifier very rarely makes it to the final. Now, in most cases here in roll racing, that is correct. So our finalists in our sport class, we're going to work from our slowest class upward. Your finalists in sport, which has a 196.51 breakout speed, is Hector Garcia against car number 31, Carlos Corvia. Carlos qualified in the number 6 spot at 188. On the opposite side, car number 107, Hector Garcia, qualified in the number 12 spot, so Hector even came from the bottom side of the ladder to get here to the final. So that will be your sport final. Hector Garcia against Carlos Corvia. That's your sport final. Now, super sport also did not get your number 1 qualifier to the final. Here it will be car number 27, Jonathan Clavajo, in the yellow R8 out of Florida. He will line up against car number 66, Manny Castales, your number 15 qualifier in the Lamborghini. So we have number 12 versus number 15, 2 drivers from the bottom side of the field that are on your final round for Super Sport. They are 1 pass away from earning the coveted TX2K trophy. In the unlimited class, where a 219.82 breakout speed exists, your finalists are number 12 qualifier Felipe Armentia, who laid down a 216-mile-an-hour blast, his best of 2 days, in the white Dodge Viper. That's one half of your final. The other half is car number 4, Mark James. Now, James qualified in the number 2 spot, so this is about as close to getting your top qualifier to the final. James qualified at 214 and has so far laid down a 206 and a 210. First round, he had an opponent broke single, so he did not make a full blast. So it'll be a couple of drivers that have laid down some very good speeds, and that is your unlimited final. Now, in Elite 8, it is exactly as it should be. Your number 1 and number 2 qualifiers made it all the way to the final. It'll be 2 brothers, the Howeth brothers.
They're going to tell you about their cars, and we're going to do trophies. So if you could give them the courtesy and the respect to kind of stick around and see the cars a little bit closer than you otherwise would, that would be really cool. And then while we're doing that, they're actively going to be working on the track to get it ready for drag racing. By the time we finish the awards here, the track will be ready for drag racing, and we're going to be on to round 6 of drag racing. We're going to finish that out and start round 7. We're going to start with the DCT class in round 6, go to streetcar class. That'll finish it off because we got halfway or more through it yesterday. And then we're going to start the order all over again from the beginning. It'll be round 7. I actually don't know of any event that does as much or tries to give the drivers as much qualifying and track time as we do. We know that everyone spends a lot of money on their cars. They spend money traveling here, time away from family in many cases, and so we want to make it worth their time. So I'm told that the drivers are suiting up, and I'm looking to see if they're going to come around and start staging. I'll let you know as soon as I see them.
All right, once again, drag racers, as we get ready for roll racing, you do not want to miss this. This should be very impressive here in the final. And for those of you that come here just to drag race, honestly, the roll racing is just as impressive as you see the cars playing with strategies about which lane to use, if they have lane choice right or left, whether they want to set the pace. We have seen underdogs win. We have seen some gracious amount of sportsmanship. It has truly been an amazing couple of days. As we get ready for our finals, we have our first final rolling into position to get ready here. So, folks, if you're not in the grandstands, you need to get there. You only have a minute or two left. All right, folks, those final rounds just about to get here. Here we go. First pair out, the sport final. And we have greens. We are on the way to the final. Who gets the final win light? It will come on right-hand side for Carlos Corvia. Carlos in the R8 out of Miami, 186, holds off the quicker 192.80 of Hector Garcia. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. There is your first winner right here in sport. So one winner has been crowned. We now wait for our second final to get lined up. And it looks like this is going to be our Super Sport final. Watch it one more time on the FloRacing replay as Jonathan Clavajo is going to get lined up with Manny Castales. And you see the right-hand side of the racetrack, left side of your screen, just pull out the victory there by a couple of car lengths. Left side was coming, just ran out of space. All the cameras on the rear of Jonathan Clavajo's R8 out of Florida. He will face Manny Castales, your number 12 qualifier right side, your number 15 qualifier left side. They shouldn't be here based on paper, but they're gonna be here. One of them is gonna take home the all-coveted TX2K trophy. Once again, all winners and runners-up in roll racing, please come down the hot car lanes as Peter will be waiting to interview you and present trophies. So it looks like we will have Manny in the left in the gray Lamborghini. Jonathan will be on the right in the yellow R8.
Should be interesting. It is a straight tailwind if you look at the flags above the tower. Probably a good 15, 20 mile an hour tailwind. So strategy plays into this as well. You don't want to break out.
Yeah, 204.21 is the breakout speed. So again, not only do you want to get to the finish line first, but you do not want to go too fast. Both of these cars coming in on solid blast. Jonathan coming in on a 202. Manny coming in off 199 off their last win, the semifinal win. All right, ladies and gentlemen, they're rolling towards the speed box. Can we get a green? We will. Manny left side, Jonathan right side. Jonathan gets a little bit of a jump. Can he hang on to the top end? 192.66. And Jonathan gets that final win light. Congratulations, Jonathan Clavajo. He is your winner in the Super Sport class. Put your hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen, as he holds off the 186 of Manny Castales.
And you know what he was doing on the brakes before the finish line because he was ahead and he did not want to break out. Smart, seasoned racer. He was ahead.
Yeah, Jonathan is a definitely familiar face that we see here at TX2K, and he will take home the win. And no doubt, I'm sure he will be a very interesting interview for you, Peter. Watch it one more time on the FloRacing replay. As he said, you see him get on the brakes there. He did not want to go too fast with that 204 breakout speed. Jonathan getting the win in the yellow R8. Now, our unlimited final is staged. Mark James and Felipe Armentia. Felipe out of the number 12 spot in the Viper right side. Mark James out of the number 2 qualifying spot in the Lamborghini left side. Felipe went 2:16 last time. Mark James went 2:06 last time. The breakout speed here is 219.82. Waiting on the official clearance from the top end and the official to give them the thumbs up, and we will send them on their way.
All right, so far 2 clean finals. Let's keep it clean, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it clean, get lined up. I want you guys next to each other, right before the cones. Be next to each other so you make it easy for the trigger guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, they say the hard work as a promoter pays off. Peter has the best seat in the house. Look at him standing right there on the starter box.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool spot.
But he's making sure he gets video to share with everyone with his enthusiasm of this event. And they are giving the thumbs up, and they are on their way. Mark James left side, Felipe Armentia right side. They are together. Green light is on. To the finish line, the pair of white cars. Who gets the win? It will come on left side, 201.63, holding off a very quickly closing 218.75 for Felipe. Mark James gets the win.
Okay, that Viper was coming hard on the big end. Mark must have let off because he was ahead. But that was a darn good start. They came by me dead even. Great job, Mark, and great job, Aaron, with Nth Moto, an impressive street Viper. He actually shifts gears in that Viper. That is not an automatic. That is a manual transmission car in the right lane. Very impressive build.
At the finish line, it was about a half a car length, as you saw on the instant replay on FloRacing. The Lambo got out to the early jump, and about half track had about a full car length lead. That Viper was chewing away at it at 218, but came up a half a car length short at the finish line. So that will determine your winner in Unlimited. That leaves us the brother battle in Elite 8, ladies and gentlemen. And this one could be another world record. Both brothers have held the record so far in eliminations.
Hey,
KC first.
Derek.
Yes, sir.
I was told it's going to be a world record of a different kind.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that a Lamborghini and a Howeth wins this one.
Chances are good, buddy.
All right, attention in the pits. I have a blue R8 that is parked in pit spot 102. It needs to move, please, while we are getting our final lined up. I have a blue Audi R8 that is parked in pit spot number 102. It needs to be moved, please.
All right, Kevin, KC, let's go. Want to get this over with so we can drag race. Come on.
Watching the FloRacing live stream, and we have not seen either one of them come forward of the front of the staging lanes yet. Folks, if you have just gotten into the stands, and they are absolutely getting filled to capacity on the left-hand side, we appreciate all of you coming out to join us here on Friday of TX2K. All right, now we have a shot. Both drivers are getting suited up at the front of the staging lanes. You see the pair of Lamborghinis. The blue one held the record first out of round one at 2:43. That's KC. Then Kevin took the record away in the semis at 2:46. As Peter said, that's a brand new record by almost 8 miles an hour over the existing record that was held before we came in here. That was actually from Houston. It was from the Houston Raceway Park days. As Peter goes over to shake hands and congratulate all of our finals that have made it through here so far. You see all of our finalists, ladies and gentlemen, in front of the grandstands, as Peter will interview each and every one of them and present trophies. And our final round in Elite 8 is coming. Peter, I need you back to your spot, sir. They're coming. They're getting staged right now. I don't want you to miss it.
I'm coming. So, the good news is that these guys put on one hell of a show for everybody. And they also have made a pact to live. So they flipped a coin on who's going to win. I know, buzzkill. They're just going to make a slow exhibition pass. Their wives and girlfriends, girlfriend for one, wife for the other,
left side,
said they want their husbands to come home. Give them both a round of applause, guys. Those are $750 million bills that they brought here. Give them a big round of applause, guys. We're going to get ready for drag racing once we get done with the awards presentation.
The brothers going down the racetrack.
Yeah, I talked to one of them. He's like, you know, I kind of want to live, and every time I strap in, it scares me. That's how fast these cars are. So they decided to to just do a nice slow pull, flip a coin on the winner, call it a day. The second they're off the track, we're cleaning all this up and getting ready for drag racing, y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, put your hands together for all of our finalists. Let them hear ya. We appreciate all the hard work that has been done over 2 days for these roll race competitors to get here to the final. The brothers, in a very unusual but very sportsmanlike tribute as they drive down the track slowly. And no doubt we'll have a great interview there as we see the brother on brothers make it to the final. So Peter will take over here to do interviews and hand out awards to all of our finalists. So at this time, spectators, we would encourage you to stay and check out all these great cars as they come down the hot car lanes. I will officially call my drag race competitors. I need DCT. DCT to lanes 9 and 10, please. DCT. DCT to lanes 9 and 10, please. I will take my exhibition class. Exhibition class, lane number 1. So DCT and exhibition, I have called my first 2 classes of drag racing to the lanes. I need you now.
All right, guys, they're working on the track to get it ready for drag racing. Derek, start calling up my drag racers to the staging lanes when you're ready.
Yes, sir. Our first 2 classes have been called. We have called DCT to lanes 9 and 10 and exhibition to lane number 1. We need you now, please. As it looks like all of our finalists have made it.
Okay, drivers. Okay, so I'm here with the first and second place finishers. I'm gonna start with first place, and then I'm gonna come to you. So, your second's over there. Come on over here. Oh yeah, Super Sport. My bad, wrong class. Give me a break. It's been a long day, long week. So I'm gonna start with you. I want you to maybe tell the crowd a little bit about the car, how much power it makes, how long you've had it, and who built the car. Start with your name first.
My name's Carlos Corvia, and it was built by TBK Motorsports and tuned by Steven Pearson.
Where's TBK located?
Where is it at? West Palm.
Bro's like, I just sent money. I have no idea where the car went. I just sent dude a check.
West Palm.
West Palm, okay, out of West Palm Beach. Tell us a little bit about the build.
So it's pretty much a stock motor, stock transmission car. Stock ECU tuned on DS1, running AMS turbo kit with the G35 turbos. Just it's about 1600 plus to the tire. Yep.
Okay, and what was the fastest speed you ran during the event?
90.
190. Yeah. Okay, how much does if I want to come to TBK and build this exact car, if I have the car, what are you going to charge me to build it?
Probably around 80,000.
That's it? Yep. See? 80 grand in a car, you making 1,600 horsepower, go on 190 at TX2K. Big round of applause for first place finisher. Okay. I don't like the saying that second place is the first loser because you're a freaking winner in my book just to get through the field to get to this point. Your car is an odd man out when you look at the cars in this grouping of 8. It's all Lambos, R8s, and like exotic stuff. You're like, I just went and bought a Nissan. So tell us a little bit about your GTR.
It's a 2015 GTR built by the Lab Street Science in San Antonio, Texas, tuned by Mr. Nick Dixon. Mechanic, Tyler. Supporting cast, Brandon, Orlando, Rich. Who else am I missing, bro? I don't want to live in. Justin, the owner. It's a built 3.8 lynch mob motor with a Shep 4.5 trans, 1,400 horsepower axles. And since I do no prep, I'm not going to display the numbers, so it's about 1,200.
Okay, so he does no prep. He's straight out of Texas. I would guess the car makes 1637 to the tires, but I'm just guessing. I have no freaking clue what it makes. It's an impressive build. What was your fastest speed this week in the roll race?
Roll race was this one right here, 192.
192, damn. Okay, so if I want to get something like this built on a GTR, what does it cost? Who would I ask?
The wife's here, so I'm not going to say how much.
Oh, $17,000 and you can have one just like this. Okay, got it. I do the same thing with my wife. I hope she's not listening. Everybody, big round of applause. Oh. This was my boy that was in the sand. We had to drag you out the other day. What happened there?
Man, parachute powder coated.
Parachute. Okay, we blame it on the parachute. Sure. Okay, so went from the pits to the finalist of the TX2K25 sport class.
All week we've been battling it, but I mean, with the supporting cast, we were able to, at least get here. It's an honor just to even place. Thank y'all very much for setting this event and the safety and everything like that. And the other brands, Boost Logic, T1, Bellic, appreciate them as well.
Well, we appreciate you guys. Big round of applause for our first and second place finishers in sport class. Jonathan, y'all come over here. All right, I'm going to try to stand in front of the cars that were in the class as far as this antenna reaches for this wireless mic. I'm going to start first with Jonathan Clavajo, who I've known for quite a few years. I secretly cheer for my friends, but outwardly I don't, which is why I never trigger a light, because I don't want any favoritism BS being called at me. And I'm excited that you won. Obviously feel bad that I'm saying that standing next to the second place finisher, but proud of both of you guys. Tell us a little bit about this car. It's been to TX2K many times, and every time it comes, it seems to get faster and faster and faster. So tell us a little bit about who built it and what are the differences this year versus prior years.
Sure, so last year we got beat by Manny.
Oh, same? Oh, okay, same guy, okay.
In the semifinals, it was a freshly built motor, a G35 1050 kit from AMS. It just got delivered that week. We had this whole year to dial the car in, and today there's nothing different than last year. It's just refined tuning. Obviously AMS, I take my hat off to them. They've done a phenomenal job, great support, and great friends at the end of the day.
Awesome. Well, the car ran flawlessly. What was the fastest speed?
202.
202. And your boy Clayton, is he here?
Yes, he's watching from TV at home. Clay, we love you.
Clay, we've missed you like 7 years in a row, man. You keep promising me you're going to show up. Show up, man. No, I'm just kidding. We missed you, buddy. Hope to see you here next year. Manny. Okay, now I remember that smile because you were in the winner circle last year because you took this guy out, but you were in the sport class. Now you're in super sport. So something's changed with the car. It got faster, or no?
Same car as last year that we won sport with. It's the same identical car.
What did you change?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Okay, so what he's basically saying is he turned the boost up and he's spraying it now, but doesn't want anybody to know. Got it. Tell us a little bit about the build.
The build is a stock motor, 72 millimeter turbos, a great tuner, great team. Team makes all the difference in the world. We as drivers, yes, a little bit of knowledge, but we just step on the gas.
And who is that? Is that RG and 316? So the thing I love about RG is he's never a last minute when it comes to like communicating with me. RG, come over here. I want you to. Oh, it's Charlie. Where's Charlie? There's Charlie. Where's RG? Is he not here at all?
Okay. Playing highlight right now.
Okay, so tell us, if I want to send my car to 316 speed and have this exact combo, what is that going to cost me?
This is about $135,000, $140,000 build. It's a stock motor car, full billet Datsun transmission, our proprietary fuel system, Motec, billet intake manifold. Other than that, this is a stock long block. This been together for about 2.5 years now. We won last year. We've done probably 40 events in between, and it's still reliable. We change oil, we put ice in the intercoolers, and a lot of gas.
A lot of gas, yeah, very good. Well, listen, both these cars are super impressive. Both of these cars are cars I think you can take your boss lady on a date or your kids on a dinner meeting or whatever. You can do anything in these cars, right? They're street cars. Good. Well, give a big round of applause for Jonathan, first place finisher in the Super Sport class. and Manny. All right, moving on back. Okay, first, Mark, come over here. Felipe, Aaron, come over here. You're over here, Mark. This is your car, buddy. You don't own the Viper. Come on over here, Felipe. Okay, so I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse, but I know both these guys really well, and for a long time, personally, they both live in the DFW area. So when I saw that these two cars were lined up, I'm like, oh. But it was kind of cool to know that both of my buddies were going to be first-place finishers or second-place finishers in the Unlimited class. It's an extremely fast class. I'm going to start with you, Mark. Tell me a little bit about the car, the build, the evolution, because you've actually won, what was it, the sport or super sport class? You won the super sport class when it was back in Houston in this car with a different build in 21. You've raced the event since then, but it's much faster now. Tell us about the car and what you did differently, who built it. We see it's underground racing, but tell us about it.
Well, Underground, of course, built it. Finally talked Casey and Kevin into taking me out of valet mode, so now it's a lot faster. I think it was just as fast as 2021, but I don't know. I don't know.
You just said that because your wife's listening. Relax.
No, she was pissed that I was trying to qualify for the Elite Eight.
That's funny.
But anyway, special thanks to you for putting on the event. It's amazing, obviously. And special thanks to Kevin and KC for building an unbelievable car. Couldn't be more thankful.
Well, we appreciate you. Seat of the pants. So Mark said, hey, you got to drive this thing. I'm like, nope. No chance, I ain't doing it. I got 3 kids and a wife that still kind of likes me. No way I'm getting behind the wheel, but actually may sneak away and take you up on that offer. So thank you very much. What does it take? What was your fastest speed here? 214. How much power, ballpark, does it take to go 214 miles an hour here?
I don't know, you're gonna have to ask Kevin and KC. I just gave him a check and said I want to win.
Okay, well, I guess it worked this time. Worked out for you, buddy. Okay, and now let's go to Felipe. The car was driven by Aaron. You own it. I think you just got it. Tell us about the car.
So, build's pretty new. I've had it for about 4 months. I had another balloon white Viper, and Aaron called me and said, hey, I have another one for you. And I bought it, and it's a complete animal. It makes about 2,500 horsepower. It's H pattern, and it's just, it looks tame, but it's just wild once you break loose.
Yeah, so basically, if you heard him, 2,500 horsepower, 6-speed. He's actually shifting gears in this car, which makes it that much more impressive. You saw his speed, 218. Is that the fastest that the car went at this event?
Yes, fastest at this event and rear-wheel drive.
Oh, yeah, true, and it's rear-wheel drive. So that's super impressive. So if I want to send my car to Aaron at Nth Moto to build this exact thing, I was going to ask Aaron, but he kind of gets shy and runs away. Where's he at? Get over here, man. Tell us a little about the car. You builders have these fancy names like Zenith Super Duper Darth Vader X Package and like X3 and like 1Rs and whatever y'all call them. Tell us what this package is called, and if I deliver a Viper like this to you, what would it cost me? Ballpark, give me a range, because I know there's a lot of options and things you can do. Ballpark to build.
Yeah, it's a Nth Moto Zenith Series twin turbo build. It's a manual transmission car still. So a ton of fun, banging gears, having a good time with that. 9-liter motor, big turbo system, Motec M090, RPS Nth Moto quad carbon disc clutch. It's a really, really nice, well-built car. It got stuck in traffic on the way here, so that's kind of the...
Overheating on Vipers is not a thing with your builds, right?
No, that is not a thing. So no, really, really neat, and obviously it ran pretty darn good. Not quite good enough, but we can try for that. And yeah, you're gonna spend 250 some odd plus thousand, something like that. So it's certainly not cheap, but there's a lot that goes into it, as it's not a factory forced induction car. So there's a lot that has to be done to make them happy to stay like this.
So the range, if I want to build from mild to wild, I would call this wild. I know you do even much more than this. I would call it, say, 150 to 300,000 range, depending on what you want. Is that fair? Okay, so if you have an extra couple $100,000 laying around, you can have a Viper just like this. I mean the build, you got to buy the Viper too, and run 220 miles an hour at TX2K. So a big round of applause for Mark, Felipe, Underground Racing, and Nth Moto for taking the win. Good job, guys. Okay, which one of the Howeths am I talking to? Because I can only take you guys in doses. I don't know if I can get both of you. Okay, so first of all, these guys, I think, won the event like 5 years straight, something like that. This is now their 7th win. They did not win last year, had some bad luck, or the year before, or the year before, yeah. So this year, y'all came loaded for bear. Tell us what is different this time. How on earth do y'all go like 250 and a half mile, but y'all go like 246 and change in like 1,400, 1,500 feet? What are these? What is this? What is this?
So, you know, we've been having a lot of stuff going on with. We've always used precision, and we still do. And then I've known Harry from HPT for about 20-something years. And he saw we were struggling with power, and he came to us. He said, "I got something I want you guys to try," and it worked really well. And he's seen all the bashing and the trash talking. He's like, "I'm gonna help you guys." So, Proline, our whole crew, we were ready for this one.
So I came to the pits and I said, "Gear up! It's time for the limited finals." Why didn't y'all run them out? What was your thought process, other than my joking, like, "Hey, I want to live"? Like, how did y'all come to the conclusion that we'd like to like relax for the rest of the weekend and just chill?
So he went 242 or 243. I go 246, and as you know, it's a couple hundred feet past the clocks. I literally let off at the clocks and started getting in the brakes, getting slow down. The car started floating, so it felt like to me that like the front might be trying to come up, but John said it's fine, stop being a bitch. So I let off. I think the car will go 255 plus.
Okay, let me translate what he said for Flow Sports TV friendly language. John, the tuner, said, "Kevin, stop being so scared. Nothing's wrong with the car, just keep going." But look, at the end of the day, well, what does it cost to build one of these on top of the price of the car? If I want to send a car to you guys, they're brothers, by the way, that own Underground Racing, what would you charge to build one of these? Give me a range, because I know there's some options and stuff you can put in. What does that cost?
$750 to $1 million.
Okay, so if you have a spare $750,000, you can probably go like 235. If you have a spare $1 million, you can probably go close to 250. They're telling me right now, don't worry, we're going to keep an eye on the competition. If anyone starts getting close, we'll put a 2.5 something up on the board, 250 something at TX2K25. So they got their stuff figured out and sorted. So give them a round of applause, but don't leave because I have an announcement. Give them a round of applause. Underground Racing, Kevin and Casey Howeth, great job, fellas. Yeah, so they've got all the data logs. They left between 55 and like 63 miles an hour on all of their passes, something like that, and still went that fast. The coolest thing about these guys, yeah, with the direct crosswind, which is, I would not be behind the wheel of these cars. Here's the coolest thing about this whole event and the community of racers we have. Mark James, who finished first in Unlimited, is taking his $6,000 first place prize. Kevin, who finished first in Elite 8, is taking his $6,000 first place prize. And KC, who finished second in Elite 8, is taking his $4,000. If you can do math, I'm horrible at math. I think that's $16,000? 664, okay. I'm a math minor, I'm kidding. I know how to do math. $16,000, and they're donating it directly to the TJ Bailey Family Fund for TJ Bailey and his family. Give them a big round of applause, guys.
Big round of applause for that.
By the way, they probably spent $25,000 or $30,000 just showing up here, if not more. So they had the opportunity to make some of that money back, but they're going to donate it to TJ and his family. That's an amazing, amazing gesture. Thank you guys very much. And are you guys still going to drag race the R8 a little bit?
I'm gonna go do some more flybys.
Oh, go do some more flybys, right, yeah. I checked up the tail number, that wasn't you. Yeah, I know you know. Anyways, big round of applause for all the roll racers. Let's get ready to drag race. Thank you guys, stick around, it's a long night ahead of us still.
One more round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for all of our finalists as they made their way here. Again, also to the brothers for donating all of the final round money to TJ Bailey's family. That is a huge deal. Once again, I have called DCT. DCT to the lanes, please. Lanes 9 and 10. DCT. DCT, I need you to lanes 9 and 10, please. I need my exhibition class, lane number 1. Exhibition class, lane number 1.